They're coming back off a huge, massive win. This is going to be a tough test for Iran because India are looking lethal, invincible, unbeatable. We may run out of adjectives, and this is what a win does to you. It gives you 3 points. Iran too is coming back off a win, and this is the clash of the top two teams in Group A.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next is the women's match. Introducing first the team of Iran.
Okay, now there they come in the back of a win. The confidence is there. Of course, they're up against mighty opponents. But when you talk about the skill set, they have it. The belief, they have it. They are getting better. Whenever you talk about Iran, you talk about a team that really is here for intent, purpose, and they would want to add 3 more points.
And next off, please give it up for the home team, India!
All right, they ooze confidence. They are made of hellfire. They are not jogging. They are striding out, and very soon they'll be sprinting their way to another bit of glory. Led by Priyanka, they have with them Nasreen, former Arjuna awardee.
And now, let's please welcome our dignitaries as well. First, Major General Vikram Dev Dogra, CEO of Kho Kho World Cup. And joining him is Mr. Omvi Sharma, representative of Camper.
All right, we are inching closer to that very crucial moment, which actually is a very emotional moment as well, ahead of the big war. This is the moment of calm with the national anthems.
Everybody, please rise for the national anthem of Iran. For the national anthem of India.
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
All right, yes, the fans are there to cheer for Team India. You can understand that, and the time now for the very vital spin of coin. Normally the team that wins, we've seen that, and it has been a trend. They love to start with the hunt. How different is it going to be today? I'm Padamji Charawat in the company of the man with the baritone, Navneet Krishna.
Good evening, Paddy. Excited for this one once again. India put on quite the show yesterday.
Toss won by Iran, choice is defense.
South Korea, and this time it's India versus Iran. Iran win the toss. They will be defending first, which means India attack on turns 2 and 4. Well, we're ready to go. We saw what the men's team did. The Iranians, they gave the Argentinians a proper hammering. What can the girls do here? They'll be up against it, against the home team, the favourites, Team India. Let's take a quick look at the playing 12 for Iran.
Talk about Kimia, Elena, Zara, Fatih, Sima. Of course, you talk about Mukhari as well, who's got the skill set of being a good attacker as well as a good defender. Mahala, Narjis. You start with a fixed number, and then you have 5 additional substitutes sitting on the bench, which you can, there's injury substitutes, so to say. And you talk about the might of this team. You've got the skipper in Priyanka, and the key player is going to be the Arjuna awardee, former Indian captain in Nasreen Sheikh.
A very good evening to all our viewers all over the country. Welcome to the inaugural edition of the Kho Kho World Cup. The Indian girls are in action. India versus Iran. We're ready.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, India on the chase. India on the run. India is attacking out of compulsion, not out of choice. They lost the toss. They wouldn't mind losing that sort of a toss. Very, very eager to start the proceedings is the Indian captain, Priyanka Ingle. Okay, there it goes. The urgency and the kill right at the start. Now a review comes in straight away.
In fact, they won't take the review, Paddy, but it happened in 1.5 seconds. Nirmala Bhati, she's the wazir. You saw how active she was yesterday. Now have a look at Ashwini go. Will she get that? No tag there. Now Meenu. Plenty of stars in this Indian lineup. Each of them picking up points of plenty yesterday when they took on the South Koreans, Paddy. That is as easy a tag as Priyanka Ingle will ever have. 33 seconds, done, Paddy.
Done, dusted, buried over. And this is how lethal, this is how dangerous they can get. And that's the reason we were talking about this, Navneet, that they wouldn't mind losing that sort of a toss, because they have started to attack right from the start. 33 seconds.
Phenomenal speed. And mind you, as the game moves forward, you will understand that it's a lot more than just pace and speed. India's strategy will be there for everyone to see. Nirmala Bhati, she did start as the wazir yesterday, and likewise today as well. She's rapid. Wait till you see Magai Maji. My goodness, she's a live wire. Look, have a look at Nasreen's sprint when she starts getting into business. At the moment, Nasreen's not on the mat.
And then the fake Kho, then she comes back now. Another fake Kho. But now that's going to be an error. She'll have to give a Kho. Short Kho, India. Now the turn. Now the kill. They're claiming they've got it.
Very nice. Excellent. Look at that. Ashwini with the number 55 jersey. Now what can? I like what I'm seeing from the Iranians though. They're making it a lot harder.
And you know what? You need to touch, but you need to also say Kho. So that is the cue for you to get up. Just that touch wouldn't do for you. And great bit of understanding now. Initially, they looked a little ruffled at the start.
Is that out? Excellent usage of the post from Meenu. Very nice. That is a trademark bowl dive. Actually, a bowl touch. It wasn't really a dive. But fantastic usage of the post there from Meenu. India pick up 12 in 1 minute and 23.
And if this is any indication of things to come, mind you, they are not even in the second gear yet. They are just warming up. And they mean business. They are very, very mean indeed. Soft-spoken off the Kho Kho mat, on it capable of great carnage.
What was it? 15 batches that India cleaned up yesterday against the Koreans. It was absolute mayhem on the Kho Kho mat. Just look at the speed of Priyanka Ingle. That is as easy a touch as she'll ever get, the Indian skipper.
And the Iranians aren't making tough for the Indians. There she falls, but rises. It's not about how many times you fall. You rise, you run, you gallop, and now you Kho.
And that's it. You saw the importance of the touch from Nirmala Bhati. She tagged the right teammate, and that was Priyanka Ingle. And in a running race, you're never going to win. Look at Magai Maji. She is just rapid.
The touch that is divine for India. The touch which means fine for Iran. Pay the fine. They have paid the fine. 3 matches cleared.
Yeah, don't ever get into a one-on-one race with any of these Indians. They are absolutely rapid across the mat. Magai Maji, Meenu, Priyanka Ingle, Nasreen. They have speed. It's India's very own sport, and it's wonderful to see the fact that there are 23 countries being represented here in the World Cup. A World Cup in its true sense. Across 6 continents, people from around the globe are here in India, in the capital city. India, Magai Maji! She doesn't even need to dive, Paddy.
Maji says, you're mine. Wasn't given though, mind you, but made for great television viewing. Now does she get it? She's asking for it. She has gone for a review.
Yeah, it's Priyanka that wanted the review. She was confident of the touch. Now, is it going to go in India's favour? Just a gentle reminder that the girls picked up a 157-point win against Korea last evening. Now, did she change direction? That's what they're noticing there. I'm feeling that there was a change in direction, Paddy. There were a couple of steps that were taken to the right, and also what they're checking is whether the contact happened. The 2 things they're checking for. Now, Elina Askari was the one trying to escape the defender from Iran. Now, Priyanka Ingle, is there a touch on the hand? On the back? They're looking at that. Ooh, tough to say from here.
It's going to be a tough one, this one. And the TV umpire has to have enough evidence, concrete, so to say, to overrule what the original decision was.
Defender unsuccessful. Review unsuccessful. Defender not out.
Yeah, not out. He got it right. You can understand the pressure can get to even the best.
India will lose their review for this turn. Priyanka Ingle, well, she can afford to smile. India know they've already notched up 18 points in a little over 2 minutes. And so she isn't going to be too perturbed with that decision. Now look at, we've got a change in Wazir. Absolutely brilliant.
And the point has been given. The touch has been given, so 2 points have been awarded. Now 2 more points. Down to 1. Quick Kho. Wazir in action right now. She goes for the kill. She claims it. She's got it. But would you believe it? In the last 7 seconds, India have gotten 3 touches, and that will add to the cleaner back for the 4th match.
Nirmala Bhati started as the Wazir for India in the first couple of minutes. India's made a change there. Chaitra comes in. She hasn't taken too long to get into the act. Paddy, like you said, in less than 10 seconds, they've cleaned up Iran. Batch number 4. This is domination. That's a reminder of how India play this game. They beat the Koreans by 157.
Talk about that now. Indian girls are turning out to be poor hosts. This is not how you treat your your guests at home. This is sport. Everything's fair in love and war. There she goes, uses the pole.
Look at how Chaitra uses the post. Paddy, now the touch from Ashwini Kumari. Will Chaitra follow this up again?
She goes. Oh, well done. Great escaping skills coming from Fatima there. This is all you need. You need to dodge. You may not run as fast as the attacker is, but you have to have the skill of the defender. The bluff, the juggle, the gambit. Oh, there. Well done and not given yet. Well done. These are great survival instincts.
See how quick Magai Maji was moving laterally. That is so hard to do. But boy, does she make it look so easy. Another tag there for Nasreen. Good to see Nasreen on the mat. She is a bona fide entertainer.
She's right now waiting for a turn. It's the Indian captain at the moment. Oh, that's it. Fantastic finish, the flourish, and they've taken care of batch number 5. We've got 3 minutes and 12 seconds still. Is this for real, Navneet Krishna?
Yeah, you're watching it. It is for real. India are hardly being made to sweat here. Excellent from Nasreen, Priyanka Ingle, and eventually Meenu getting the hand across the central lane. Mind you, you can do that. You can't move across the central lane. Complete domination from the Indians.
You talk about the Indians, you talk about the pace, the gallop, no hiccup at all. Quick thinking. There goes Nasreen, former Indian captain, with the speed, with the guide, with the kill. She is the smiling assassin. She does it with great amount of ease.
It's almost guaranteed when Nasreen gets on the run that she's going to bring you 2 points. That's how good her conversion rate is. Now Monica. So hard to get that touch when you're reaching over the central lane. Mandira Bhatti, she's trying to figure out who she can get the tag on.
Okay, now change of direction has been very, very good for India. Review has been taken.
TV umpire, defenders review.
Take a look at the replay. It is the defender's review. Oh, smart actually. He goes low at the back of the heel.
Priyanka Ingle is the attacker in question. Yeah, I think she gets a touch there. There is a review from Iran, but Paddy, there is a touch on the back of the leg. Nirmala Bhatti is back as the Wazir for India. Chaitra has gone out.
Review successful, defender is not out.
You need to celebrate whatever joy comes your way. That's exactly what Iran is doing at the moment. They've not scored a defensive point. You only can get it when the bat survives for at least 3 minutes on the mat. Additional 30 seconds, 1 more point. Quick Kho, late Kho, fake Kho, well done. Nasreen with great fake.
Yeah, 4 short goals from India. But this is very nice. Iran still surviving. Magai Maji. But Anshu Kumari gets that tag, and there's only 1 defender.
Look at the teamwork. I mean, you can achieve anything if nobody gets who gets the credit. Look at that. Fuzzy now in action. Uses the, disguise, complete disguise. But this is brilliant work coming in from Laliroki.
Eventually she ran out of steam. How good was that? But Ashwani Shinde, as fresh as she was, fresh legs, was too good. But a minute and 27 seconds from that badge, I think, is good performance from the Iranians. Great improvement. Look at Nasreen getting that first one. Anshu Kumari, number 2. And then Ashwani Shinde.
This is great teamwork. What they've displayed, every bit of great attacking skills. The post diving has been good. Sudden change of direction has been good. Tapping, the diving, grasping direction. The fake Kho, late Kho, giving Kho and getting in square. Well done. Nasreen, the great all-rounder that is. She is. Former captain that she is. Arjuna awardee that she is.
Monica making the long run now. Hands it over to the skipper. No touch there. They have done so well. 38 they've picked up. It may not be as convincing as what they did against the South Koreans, but you absolutely cannot get into a race. With Magai Maji, she's picked 2 up in 1 move. Absolutely sensational from Magai Maji.
Well, this girl is exceptional talent and has great intellect as well. You need to use your mind. They are very, 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 very quick on their feet, and they're very sharp in the mind. These Indian girls. Look at Nasreen first. Claims it. Utmost amount of it. Look at that body language. We've spoken enough about the pace. Look at that body language. It is so infectious. Nothing is beyond their reach.
Yeah, there he is, Pratik Vaikar, the captain of the men's team. As the rest of the men's team cheer the girls on. They will be in action next. India versus Peru at 8 p.m. At the moment, India are doing well. 42 they picked up with less than a minute left, and they can get to that 50 mark. 2 points there.
Monica, then Opina, now the Indian captain on the charge, on the run. Now the Wazir in action. Nasreen has been quiet for a bit. She's been used very little, but whenever she has been, now she knows it. This is easy. Priyanka Ingle, when she's on charge, she means business.
That's it. Priyanka Ingle, in fact, picks up all 6 points. She's had a busy 30 seconds, makes full use of it. They inch closer to the 50 mark. With 19 seconds remaining, Paddy, you expect India to get to that 50. Well, they could even clean up another badge. Yeah, she's happy, all smiles, but that is complete aggression from the Indian captain.
This is brilliant. I mean, this is total domination, and this is a message to the world that this is the sort of prowess that we have, and that's the reason why India is the strong contender to lift the first Kho Kho World Cup. More so in women's category. We saw enough competition in the men's category. India versus
100%.
Nepal, I mean, that was just 5-point difference.
Against Nepal, and even the match against Brazil, Paddy. That was a good game. India won that eventually quite convincingly. Minu with a skydive that will get her 2 points, and India not up 50.
In style, and that is it. The first turn comes to an end, and right at the stroke of the first turn, there comes the 50th point for India. Half century, and that half century was laden with class, authority, dominance, skill, mindset. Boom!
A little over 6 matches were cleaned up. Fantastic performance from India. When you pick up anything in excess of 25-30 in one turn, you know you've dominated that passage of play. India have been ruthless. It's a team full of stars. Spare a thought for the Iranians. Never easy when you're taking on the best team in the world. Priyanka Ingle, for me, Paddy, the star of the first 7 minutes.
Absolutely. I mean, the Indian captain leading from the front. And when the captain leads from the front, I mean, that is a message for the others. She knows the way, she goes the way, she shows the way. Ashwini, talk about her. Nasreen, the all-rounder. She's been a former captain, but look at her role. I mean, there are no egos on the mat there. There is great camaraderie, and then the men team is going to be in action as well. India versus Peru. We'll slip into a short little breather. On the other side, plenty of more scintillating action for you. Stay tuned.
7 minutes into India's game number 2 in the women's division. After that win against South Korea, India, 7 minutes in, 1 turn in, 50 points they picked up attacking. India were put into attack first after losing the toss. Iran chose to defend. Now it's India's turn to defend. Priyanka Ingle, Chaitra, who played the role of the Wazir when India was attacking, and there's Nirmala Bhati as well, the 3 defenders for Team India. This is when you really see the prowess of the Indian team, Paddy, when they start to toy with the attacking team.
And the first pattern is going to be zigzag running. There, see. Is she running too fast? No. Is she sweating too much? No. She's just using her guile, the disguise, and the bluff. Look at that. She's just jogging, sometimes just a little bit of stroll. That's it, Navneet. And they're showing the world how to defend. And the other teams should be learning. The other two defenders are just standing in 2 different corners.
And mind you, Paddy, it's not just the Iranian team, like you said, will be learning from this. There are lots of other teams sitting by the stands over here. So many of them will be observing how India do it. Chaitra, you know what they say? Less is more in Kho Kho. You conserve your energy, you save your energy. It's more being smart than running all over the place. There you go. No, the whistle came first, so that touch will not be counted. But Chaitra is making light work of the Iranian attackers at the moment.
And the more you watch this game, the more you'll fall in love with this game. The rules are simple, but let me tell you, the moment you step onto the mat, you understand how difficult it is to play. The rule is you cannot change direction. Immediately the official reminds the attacker, please go back and take your position. For the time being, all 3 defenders are alive. When do you get the dream run, Navs?
The dream run comes at the end of 3 minutes if the bat survives. Was that given? Yeah, it will be given. Chaitra will be the first defender to be tagged, and the first points for Iran. But the skipper, Priyanka Ingle and Nirmala Bhati still surviving. India are almost 2 minutes in this match.
And Priyanka is going to be a real thorn in the flesh. Look at that. She has a third eye when she goes there. She won't turn back. Still she knows what's happening. And then now look at that. Does she run fast? No. Does she gather pace? No. When the need arises, she will. But she's conserving her energy, and this is smart. The fact that you were making a short while back, you need to play smart Kho Kho most times, not the hard Kho Kho.
It's a proper masterclass of how to play the game. Many of them new to the sport will obviously pick up plenty from seeing Indian team in action, the men's and the women's. But like you said, she does have a third eye, Paddy. Much like in other sports, particularly all the kabaddi that you've done, you know, peripheral vision, so important in some of these match sports, right? Look at Priyanka Ingle. She's always watching from the corner of her eye as to where the attacker is coming from. And all she does is maneuver around the attackers as if she can do that in her sleep.
Yeah, and then in this sport where pace is the primary skill, the other thing you need to have, oh, now she was tagged into one corner. Smilingly she says, okay, I've done my bit.
And now the onus will be on Nirmala Bhati. 3 minutes, done and dusted. India get a dream run. They'll pick up the first point in defence in turn 2. How much longer can Nirmala Bhati continue? Well, she's had barely anything to do at all in the last 3 minutes.
And now she will know that this is my time to hog the limelight. The longer I stay, the longer the cameras and the lights are going to be on me. And she will take India to the moment you go to 30 more seconds after the 3-minute mark, you add one more point. And they have added one more point. Yes, dream run 2.
Take another point. 30 seconds later. 3 minutes, 30 seconds, another point. We get to the 4-minute mark, it'll be another point. 4:30, another point. That's how it works. Every 30 additional seconds, you'll get another point added to your tally as a defending team. At the moment, Nirmala Bhati enjoying herself.
And what she's doing, Nirmala, is she's running straight, she's running zigzag, the dodge, and it finally ends. For how much time did that batch last? It's very, very simple. 4 minutes and 1 second. Well done.
Well done to Iran as well. Yeah, they may have taken 4 minutes to get those 3 tags, but they did get it. Never easy. We saw a little while earlier, Paddy, in the South Africa-Poland game, that a batch of 3 defenders survived the entire 7 minutes. And the Polish attackers unfortunately couldn't get a single tag. So in that respect, well done to the Iranians. Oh, look at that. The wife from Iran, the husband from India. Isn't that what it's all about? And they're both here cheering Team India and Team Iran.
Sport is the biggest unifier in the world. That is enough testimony for you. Sport gives you hope where once there was only despair. Only sport can teach you. And the beauty of Kho Kho, the game that India gifted to the world. The journey from Marty to Matt has been phenomenal. Welcome to the World Cup, all of you.
It's been a wonderful couple of days, and day 3 has lived up to the billing. Magai Maji, Vaishnavi and Ashwini Shinde are the 3 now for Team India in batch number 2. For everyone new to the game and new to this Indian team, and you're getting accustomed to who represents India, we'll keep you informed and get you as many details as we can about a lot of these players who've been playing this game for a long, long time. And one thing I can tell you about Magai Maji is she's probably the fastest there is in the game across all teams. She is unbelievably quick.
And the fact is, she's not running quick all the time. She runs quick when the team and the time needs it most. Because you need to know how to use your skill set to the optimum level.
And there's representation from all over the country in this women's team for Team India. Jammu and Kashmir, the south of India, Maharashtra, as always, has great representation. Magai Maji has been tagged, so it's now over to Ashwini Shinde and Vaishnavi.
Well, the first batch lasted 4 minutes and 1 second, which means they collected 3 dream-run points. India accumulated 50 points when they were attacking. It's all about the turns. This is turn number 2. After this, the men's will be in action as well. Up against Peru. India men's team versus Peru.
Ashwini Shinde is the one being attacked, Paddy. She's in her 12th standard. Ashwini Shinde. She comes from Maharashtra, is a fantastic defender. She's known for her defending prowess. She's in 12th standard. She's still in school, representing the country. How proud a moment it is, not just for her, but the entire nation, that youngsters are doing India proud.
She'll be waiting to go back to the assembly when her name will be announced. And she'll be standing and the entire school will be congratulating and clapping for her. You live for those moments, don't you? You need to run straight. You cannot change direction. She was not running straight. And now there she is. Good strategy. Now onto the right. She'll give a quick Kho. Well done. Oh, she said enough is enough.
Which means it will only be Vaishnavi who will be the lone defender here. Is India on the verge of another dream run? We're about 20 seconds away from a dream run here. And Vaishnavi, you fancy that she will give India that other point. She comes from Kolhapur, plays for the Airport Authority team. 8 seconds. Lots of noise in the stands. Suddenly cheering for that dream run. And there it comes. Look at Natsreen celebrate that dream run. In unison, India celebrate. They're jumping. It's also the end of the turn as well. Wonderful to see the camaraderie here.
They're wonderful. They're living these moments. They're living these. Look at the Indian girls. They're celebrating every moment. And they deserve to celebrate this moment. This is phenomenal. The dance, the move, the performance, everything is on offer.
They're right in front of the commentary box here. We're seeing the dance moves. We've got the best seat in the house, Paddy. It's so wonderful to see Monica, Meenu, Nasreen, Nirmala Bhati. They're having a jolly good time. And it isn't just India that are bringing out the dance moves. So many from around the world that have come here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the second half of this game, and then India versus Peru in the men's division. There's been plenty of action over the last 14 minutes in India's second game in the women's division. India beating South Korea yesterday. India now handsomely beating Iran at the moment. 14 minutes into this game, halfway through, 2 turns in, 52-10. India with a 42-point lead, and it's India's turn to attack. This is where fireworks start.
Yeah, talk about it. The dive, the intent, the purpose, the hunger, the kill. Oh, she's not got it. Sometimes you don't get it, which tells you how good the defending would have been. But the point was granted, mind you. The touch was granted, so 2 points were granted. He dives, but in vain.
I think it's Neeta who's the wazir for India now at the start of turn 3. What acceleration. From being stationary to generating that kind of velocity is just incredible in such a short span of time. Within a split second, she's almost in 5th gear. Meenu now on to Nazia, Monica. Very nice from the Iranians here. This is when you start to see right from the first turn to turn number 3, it just get a little better. Neeta once again. Lots of changes from the Indian team, Paddy.
Yeah, and it's the right time. I mean, you must try your other players as well. It gives you a great opportunity. There comes the quick Kho, short Kho. Now she comes back in action. She means business. Meenu with the dive. Meenu rises with 2. Right through.
Just look at how Meenu almost turns 90 degrees and then puts in the dive. It's a trademark Meenu move. Now we're going to review this because the Iranians believe that there wasn't a touch. Meenu believes there is one. Now let's get technology involved, get the zoomer in. But that's a typical Meenu move. She puts in the long strides, generates that kind of pace, and then goes for that skydive.
Defenders review. This is the point was granted. Meenu changes direction. Could be good, I believe.
2 things to notice, Paddy. She turned virtually 90 degrees and she was already running at a good pace. Despite that, her ability to maneuver and make that 90-degree turn and then put in that touch is quite sensational. That is just athleticism at its best. Now, the touch to me is a formality. That was a hefty touch, I think.
I'm with you on that, Navs, but this is what Navneet and I are thinking. Original, in fact, the verdict has to come. That's a hefty one. And I think, yeah, she turned 90 degrees, which is allowed.
Yeah, it is allowed as long as you can't go, as long as you don't go backwards. She's still moving forward in the direction that she was running. And so, it's a game of inches. You can go up to about 90 degrees. Anything more than that, you're not going to get that tag. This should go in favor of India.
He believes it may have been more than 90 degrees.
Wow, well, that is a bit of a surprise. I thought that that looked fine.
It comes from the man who was very wise taking that call, Navs. And then sometimes, as you rightly said, it was just touch and go. Could have gone either way. The sprint, the dodge, the core, the turn, the dive. No, nothing. She survives. She's doing very well, Fatima, yet again. Remember, the first time also, she was the major reason why India had to delay the proceedings.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Iranian over here, Paddy. It is Fatima. Well, eventually she gets tagged, but Reshma Rathod was made to go in two different directions. But this is much better. A big improvement from the Iranian team. Take a look at this once again. Excellent from Neeta. That was the first tag. Straightforward in the second tag. And eventually, after almost a minute, that third tag coming in.
58-10 is what the scoreline is. Mind you, this is the third turn. It's about 4 turns. Every game in Kho Kho is about 4 turns. Most experience gives the shortest of course there, Nasreen. Well done, Meenu claims it. Will she get it? No. Nasreen now picks up pace. Oh, she couldn't change direction. Well done. This is great defending.
Reshma Rathod. Nirmala Bhatti around the pole. Goes back on the same side, looking for the touch across the central lane. Can't get it. Reshma Rathod. Monica. Post. Reshma. No.
Oh, she's taken care of one. Now the last one standing. Meenu changes direction yet again. Off to Nasreen now. Nasreen with the intent, with the hunger, with the finish, with the flourish. The best part is, whatever she does it with such utmost amount of ease.
These Indians are too quick. Don't ever get into a race with them. And so, the Iranian defender, a split too late, realized that she can't win this race. And so decided to change direction, but that was too late. These were the tags that came in that batch, and Nasreen is just like Sonic the Hedgehog. She's quick, all right. Wonderful. India now into the 60s.
Speed, top skill indeed, no doubt about that. And combine that with a little bit of adventure and intellect on the way through. Gets the touch means 2 points. She's more hungry, now to Nasreen. Fakes it! She thought she will give the Kho to Wazir. She gets 2 more. She's hungry. She was thinking to give it to Ashwini. Does give it to Ashwini. Ashwini! She claims she's finished it. But the official thinks otherwise.
That's it. Don't ever, a full stretch available. Once again, the Iranians realizing that that's the wrong move. And she made that mistake of running down the line versus going to the left and using the ability to make that zigzag move to her advantage. She didn't do that. But India clean up another batch. This is good. We're halfway through turn 3. India with a 60-point lead. Unbelievable. Pretty much a point of no return for the Iranians. Plenty of time to clean up a few more batches.
Rightly said. They have this habit of winning big. Last game, they had 175 points. And would you believe it? Easy to say that. Tough to achieve those number of points on the Kho Kho mat. India has the thrill. The captain away the finish. Point not given. Now Nasreen. on the charge. Look at those strides. Giant strides.
You can see one of the Iranian defenders screaming. I think it is Seema Sargi. Now! Does she get the touch? No, she doesn't.
The best part about this game is it allows for no timeouts and no possibility of negative play or time getting tactics nothing. You have to be on the charge, you have to be on the move. You have to, don't have any boring moment at all there. Look at the fun and the flourish, she does it. India on the charge, India on the move, India on the rise.
And India will also make some changes as well. I think Monica and Vaishnavi come in place of Biller and Reshma Rathod. But like we said, there are a few minutes left in this women's game, and right after will be India's match number 3 in the men's division as they take on Peru. India had a close game against Nepal in game 1. It was an entertaining game against the Brazilians last night, and tonight it's India versus Peru. Pick up another win and India will inch closer towards a berth in the quarterfinals. That's right after this game. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, the entertainment has already begun. Priyanka Ingle to start with 2.5 on the clock.
Oh, when Nasreen goes with that sort of an instinct, oh, she will get you the kill. The points have been granted. Will they review? They're just thinking about it. The game, he stops it for a bit. The whistle blows. Hold on. The game has to stop. Will they take the review?
It's Iran that have reviewed this. Now, was there a tag on number 1? I think they're going to be looking at whether Nasreen changed directions and whether that touch came in play. Two things to look at here.
Is she going backwards? That'd be good. Yeah, that's what, he realized it was very similar to the previous decision that we saw, Navs. Even if you take a gentle little stride, even if you move fraction of a second more than over the 90 degrees that you're allowed, you will not get the point.
Oh, look at that. Wonderful. That's what it means to them. And that's all for just 2 points, but that's how much it means to the Iranians. So good to see. Excellent from our cameraman in capturing that emotion.
It's also about as if she wanted to say, I was the voice of reason. How could you challenge me on that? 2 more points for India right there. What is the scoreline? So just 78 to India, 10 to Iran at the moment. You can understand this is total domination. You can understand they are very, very authoritative at the moment. Nasreen yet again. Nasreen doesn't get it. With the Kho, very, very good indeed. Quick Kho to Ashwani this time.
Monica, Nasreen. Yeah, I think Nasreen got up a little too early. Remember that you can only get up after that Kho has come. The tap on the back with the Kho. If you get up a little too early, that won't count. Priyanka Ingle cleans it out.
And it has to be the touch on the body and the Kho. Only when both the things have been done can you get up. And sometimes when you have to fake that Kho, Navs, you just get a touch and you don't say Kho. The one who's watching would think that it's a Kho, the one who's receiving understands. So this game requires a great bit of understanding. You need to know each other's game as well. And India is showing a great bit of understanding. The first 10-15 seconds when they were attacking, they looked a little lackluster though.
But the next match from Iran in Meenu. That is as easy as it gets for Meenu. Now on to Ashwini Shinde. Goes around the pole. Will she make the dive? She does. She's claiming the touch. Is she? No. No. Ooh. Close. That was Anshu Kumari. Monica.
She's doing very well. Fatih at the moment. Madi Fatih running a lot. And she's very, very quick and she's swift and she's got the disguise as well. Look at that. She says, oh, what point? What touch? Nothing. Now Wazir's got maybe, yes. They want to kill it. They want to finish it here. Meenu with the intent. Meenu with the fake Kho. Goes to the post, turns direction. Another fake Kho.
It's still going on. It's still going on. We're past a minute here. That is brilliant from Iran. That's a huge improvement. Now the Wazir gets in. Neeta, Priyanka Ingle. One good tag to your teammate is enough. Excellent from the Indians once again. They inch closer to the 100 mark now.
22 more seconds left here, so they can really get at least 2 more points, if not 4. But this passage of play was very, very good from Iran, where a great bit of understanding was shown. The mat awareness was there, the zigzag running was there. You really don't need to run too fast when you're a defender, except when you don't have a choice. It's all about conserving your energy. It's all about keeping it in the reserves and then unloading it and unleashing it when you have no other choice.
Yeah, too easy for Ashwini Shinde. Gets number 1. She's in pursuit for number 2. On to Neeta. Yeah, she can go. You know why she can change direction is because she entered the free zone. And that's when you can change direction as an attacker. And that will be the end of turn 3. They're all dancing, and why not? India 92 points to 10. An 82-point lead with 1 turn remaining. Dominant performance from the home team.
Superb. The fans are enjoying it because these girls are giving the fans a lot to cheer for, a lot to get entertained, a lot to feel happy about. This is what sport does to you. You must play sport, you must watch sport. Look at that, dance moves and the moves on the mat as well. Sometimes very easy, sometimes you have to be very, very greasy.
But I must admit that the Iranians did get better in turn 3 in comparison to turn 1. They conceded fewer points, and that in itself is a consolation. But wonderful to see the atmosphere here. At any given opportunity, they will bring out the dance moves. This is the score at the end of turn 3. We'll take another break. We'll come back for the final turn of this game, and then we head to the men's game, India versus Peru. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are.
In the first 3 turns, it's all about turns. In every Kho Kho game in the World Cup, there are 4 turns. You attack 2 times and you defend 2 times. India is defending. India have a healthy lead. India still can gain points from the defense. Why? Because India have the ability to take it down to the dream run. I'm Paramjit Chiraut and the elite company of Navneet Krishna. Good evening, brother.
Elite company indeed. Right, India have Meenu, Nasreen and Monica on the mat right now. Batch number 1. Hold on. You can't have 2 attackers in play. Only 1. Very quick, Meenu and Nasreen. At the moment, the attack is on Meenu. Nasreen and Monica pretty quiet by the sidelines.
And the only thing that can combat nervousness is being prepared. Iran will realize that they need to prepare a little better for this one. Wazir can go left, Wazir can go right. Wazir can do anything now. She was trying a post touch there, which she doesn't get. You've seen the post dives as well, Navs. And that is very, very thrilling to watch.
Make for great viewing. And so does the skydive. Has to go. Down in sport is one of the great sights when you see a skydive in full flow. And we see a lot of that from Pratik Vaikar. You'll see a lot of that from the Indians who will take to the mat in just a bit against the Peruvian team.
All you're saying is the pace, the gallop and no hiccup.
At the moment, it's cat and mouse at the pole. Meenu winning so far. India 90 seconds in and 90 seconds away from a dream run in this first batch here.
And again, what Navneet and I were talking about earlier, look at these 2 Indian defenders. Are they running too fast? And the answer is no. All they're doing is running straight, running zigzag, avoiding, dodging, the guile and the disguise. This is all about it. You need to keep something in the reserve. How do you do it? By being a little smart, by being proactive, nimble-footed. The guile, well done yet again. She's hardly moving. She's making the attackers move. This is tremendous. This is a lesson for everyone to watch, how you need to defend. Minimum fuss, maximum result. Look at that. This is a treat in itself.
Minu is probably asking, wait, listen, there's Monica and Nasreen on the mat as well. Why only me? Once again, having two attackers attack at the same time, that's not going to be allowed. But Minu's been kept busy. Monica and Nasreen are watching the action. Will they turn their attention to Nasreen? They do eventually. We're well past 2 minutes. We're at 2:30 now. Finally, the tag comes.
No point won't be granted because she changed her direction. And you can't change the direction. Now she goes straight. Now she can go either right, either left. Now she dives. She gets up with 2 points. Now Nasreen is the only one there. For how long can she... Oh, yeah, Mamta is also there. Monica's also there, beg your pardon.
Look at Nasreen go from left to right, just zigzagging away with complete control and comfort. There you go. 3 minutes. India get that 1 pointer by virtue of the dream run. Both defenders still very much on the mat. Monica has been around for 3 minutes. You've barely seen her in action.
And look at that body language and the confidence written all over that body language of Nasreen. Works with the Income Tax Department, former Indian captain. Was the captain when India won that Asian Championship. And there she is. Dream run continues. Add 1 more point to that. So after 3 minutes when you get the first point, 30 more seconds you get the second point. Add 30 more seconds to that, you add 1 more point to that. India is doing remarkably well. And Namni, the best thing is with utmost amount of ease.
Look at Monica and Nasreen. They're right next to each other. No, you don't often see that. Look at Nasreen. For me, this is what fascinates me about this Indian team, right? Almost at will, Paddy. They can shift gears from first gear to almost overdrive. And they do it with such confidence. They back themselves as athletes. They've obviously been playing the sport for a long, long time. Incredibly fit these athletes are.
And let me tell you, if I can read the body language well, they've not just gone into gear 3 at the moment. I think they played just in gear 1 and 2 today. Yesterday they played only in gear 1. And they have 6 gears, so to say. As we talk about it, the legend has been tagged. She'll have to go back, but she has a smile on her face because she believes and the coach believes as well. She's done her job already. And now it is down to Monica. Monica, time for you to hog the limelight.
Look at that. You know what? Some of these players can just play around the post and the first 2 attackers for an entire period of even 30 to 60 seconds. Because that's how easily they manipulate the mat and maneuver around the attackers and the pole. That's what strategy can do. You don't need to do too much. She's still continuing. We're well past 5 minutes in this match. India picked up 5 points here. They're 2 points away from 100 points. Will they get it?
The chances are they might. There it is. Look at the clock. Talk about the dream run. The India team actually is having a dream run right since yesterday.
It is a dream run, Paddy, in many senses. But listen, India 1 point away. India 15 seconds away from a 3-figure mark once again. Monica, she probably has one eye on the scoreboard. Is she looking for that 100 mark? Hasn't come. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Another dream run. 100 for India.
Now you would stand to believe that their performance today has taken a dip because yesterday they scored 175 points, but their opponents today were far, far better than what South Korea were yesterday. Oh, whatever said, whatever enjoyed. And so many things for the others to learn from this team. Yes, we've seen great pace, great attitude, great athleticism. But look at the mindset and the guile that they show when they are defending, where they don't run much. But they are so good that they use their skill set to the optimum use.
Just 52 seconds remain in the game. Opina, Shubha and Anshu Kumari. The final 3. If they survive the 50 seconds. 40 now. 100 for India. 175, like you mentioned, Paddy, yesterday against the Koreans. Complete domination. They know that the contests are going to get a lot stiffer when they move along in this tournament, in the quarters, the semis, and should they make it to the final. India, hot favourites to lift the World Cup. Anshu Kumari now toying with the Iranians. Look at that. She's only operating in one part of the mat. That's enough space for her to play with the Iranian attackers.
Yeah, you talk about the guile, the disguise, the bluff, the gambit, the deception, sometimes the flim-flam as well. And then you talk about, not that they cannot pick up pace, as she does that. That is remarkable. The whistle blows. India shows their might. They have won this encounter emphatically by margin of nearly 4 points. These girls are made of hellfire. Great attitude. The fans love it. The dance moves. Talk about the groove. Talk about the kill. Oh, what a team. They enjoyed when they were defending. They enjoyed the dream run. When they were in the offense, when they were attacking, the post diving was good. Sudden change of direction was good. Look at that scoreline and it tells you only one story. India is glorious. They scored 175 points yesterday. They've scored 100 points today. When it all started, of course, we knew India would start in the most dominating fashion, and they did so. They had the pace and the might. India was showing that the run and the fun and the job well done. The steam, the swiftness, the urgency, and then the pace, the power and the prowess. Talk about the post dive, talk about the running hand-touch, talk about the fact that Nasreen could use her brilliance. Meenu was there as well. It was a total effort. It was not that one player was shining, one player was being used more. It is a team game. Alone you can do so little, together you can do so much. Six in a bundle are always unbreakable. It's a fast-paced format. The game demands a high tone of agility, endurance, reflexes. A Kho Kho player goes through a lot. And look at that. The fitness levels are prime with this team. They can play another Kho Kho game if you ask them to. They were so good. Not that Iran did not perform well. In patches they were good, but they were up against superior strength. And the girls seemed to enjoy each other's moves even when they were sitting in the dugout. India was brilliant when they were attacking, and India was brilliant when they were defending as well. Nasreen was solid. Priyanka was lethal. Meenu was mesmerizing. You require a sharp mind and you need the fleetness of foot, which they have. The other teams watching them play, any team that's going to come up against them, surely they have to come very well prepared. We often say that in sport, that the only thing that combats nervousness is being prepared. You need to come very well prepared when you are playing these girls who enjoy it on the mat, who enjoy it off the mat as well. The speed that they had was the top skill indeed. This is how it stands. Total domination turn 1. When India came on to attack, 50 and 41. They were very good in the second one where they mustered 7 points. Now, securing 7 points when you are defending is huge, because the first point you get when a match survives for 3 minutes. Now this is very, very good. This is lethal. And the 175 in the previous game was a world record. We're going to have presentation on the other side, and the men's team will be in action. Stay where you are. These are the results from today's games on day 3. Sri Lanka, massive win against USA. Bhutan was very good versus Germany. New Zealand found Peru to be easy opponents. Victor Story for England versus Malaysia. South Africa, total annihilation. The best game of the day was Australia versus Kenya. Now then India, 116 win. Time now to go to my friend Navneet Krishna, who's ready with the presentation.
Another dominant performance from the Indian team as they get into 3 figures once again. 2 nights in succession. Congratulations to Team India. Tough luck to the Iranians. It was always going to be difficult for them, and they did what they could. Welcome to the post-match presentation. We'll start with the awards for this India versus Iran women's game. And to give away the award, the first award, Best Attacker of the Match, I'd like to have Mrs. Veena Sikri. Mrs. Veena Sikri, if you can come. Thank you. Ambassador India to Malaysia, High Commissioner to Bangladesh. And the best attacker of the match will go to Mobina from Iran. Congratulations, Mobina. Was never going to be easy to pick up points against this Indian team. And Mobina did very well indeed. Next up, the best defender of the match, Miss Ritika Mathur, partner from Grand Thornton, will give away the award for the best defender. She is absolutely brilliant, no matter whether she's attacking or defending. From Team India, Meenu will be the winner for the best defender of the match. She'll get that award from Miss Ritika Mathur. Congratulations, Meenu. Excellent performance. And our final award, the Player of the Match award. And Mr. Sanchit Chopra from Ease My Trip will give away this award. She was quite sensational, particularly in the first turn, getting all those points. She's also the captain of the Indian women's Kho Kho team. Ladies and gentlemen, Priyanka Ingle is the Player of the Match. What a performance from the captain. India make it 2-2 and they march along and they get closer towards a spot in the quarterfinals. We'll turn our attention for the next match and the awards to give away. It's Netherlands versus Iran in the men's division. And I'd like to have Mrs. Veena Sikri back on stage to give away this award. The best attacker of that match from Iran, Amir Mahdi, will get the award for the best attacker of the match. Amir Mahdi, yes, if you can come onto the stage, please, from Iran. Congratulations, Amir. Excellent performance from the Iranians. Netherlands versus Iran. And it was the Iranians that ended up on the right side of the result. Now for the Player of the Match award, and I'd like to have Mr. Sanchit Chopra on stage to give away this award. Once again, from Iran, Ahad Rajai from Iran will get the Player of the Match. They're a top team. The Iranian men's team wasn't the easiest for the women's team, but well done indeed. Now we move our attention to another men's game, Bhutan versus Brazil. And to give away the award, once again, if I can have Mrs. Veena Sikri on the stage, please. Thank you, ma'am. The best attacker of the match from Bhutan, Choki Dorji, will get the award for the best attacker of the match. Fantastic from Choki Dorji. Excellent performance to give his team a big win. Next up, if we can have Miss Ritika Mathur back on stage to present the award for the best defender of the match. We saw him put up a great performance against the Indians yesterday. Today against Bhutan, Dantin Olivia from Brazil will be the best defender of the match. Lots of energy the Brazilians bring to the Kho Kho mat. And no matter which sport they play, you will see plenty of intensity from the South Americans. And Mr. Sanchit Chopra to give away our final award, Player of the Match for this game, Brazil versus Bhutan. Tandin Sewang will be the award winner for the Player of the Match. Congratulations to Bhutan and to Tandin as well. We're just building up to our final game here. Don't go anywhere. It's India versus Peru. Plenty more coming. And to talk about it all, I'm going to head it back to the commentators.
Thank you, Navneet. And yes, coming up next is the Indian men's team that will be in action against Peru. Great win by the girls, and that is going to put some pressure on the boys to just raise the bar. They scored 175 in the first game, 100 today. Boys had a win against Nepal by 5 points, beat Brazil by a margin of 30 points. That was sort of comfortable in the end. They are up against Peru today. We are just minutes away from the start of that game for you. So these boys will be in action, Waika and company, to set the Kho Kho mat on fire. Stay where you are. We'll return after a short breather.